thinking about getting back on the pommel by exercising all the small muscles in my hand, squeezing something firm, and I would of course do that in both hands. Now, you can never actually do really enough exercises for your ankles and wrists in gymnastics. There's a lot of small muscles, small bones, and they can be taking a lot of impact, a lot of weight a lot of the time. So all those wee exercises for these wee bits of your body are really worth it to keep going with. And my wrist press ups. So I'm going to do these on my knees, and I'm just lifting the heels of my hand up. So I'm going to do 20. Over to shoulders, all that pushing off the pommel to get you going round. I'm going to do shoulder shrugs in front support, and just because I'm thinking about pommel today I'm going to turn my hands out. But you can have them facing forwards or turned out as long as your hands are underneath your shoulders. So I'm going to squeeze the shoulder blades together and then push up and I'm going to do 20 of these as well. And on my side support, I'm going to do the same again, single shoulder shrugs, squeezing the shoulder blade in, pushing the shoulder right down. They're a bit harder. I'm going to go for 10 each side. If you're having trouble balancing in your side support, remember for things like this you can have your feet quite wide if you need a bit of extra help. 10 the other side. And the extra, if your feet are closer together and you're using more of your muscles to balance more, you will work your core muscles. Leg muscles a bit extra, but because the focus is really on the shoulders, make sure that you're able to do the shoulder part of the exercise as easily as possible. So use that to choose whether you need the extra stability because that's what you're concentrating on, or you're actually quite stable in the side balance, and you can do both. So I'm going to hold my front support for a minute, but I'm going to do it with my feet raised. So just off camera is my sofa. So again, ideally I would like maybe just my feet and ankles on the sofa, then I'm having to do all the work. If that's too hard, you can slide back so that more and more of your leg is on. But if you're having to put it as far up as your knee being on things, then you're probably just as well doing a front support on the ground and you're maybe not quite ready for raised feet yet. All right, ready for 1 minute in front support, feet raised, go. And of course we have back support and each of the side supports for a minute each. So I'm going to go for my side supports, then my back supports. Get your distance, I don't really want my hand half off, half on the rug. Ready, go. Ooh. I've managed just over half a minute. See if you can keep going. You'll hear the alarm when it gets to a minute. Oh well, I think we all know really if you come down you should just get back up again. There we go. And the other side. In position and go. Ooh, we'll lose it again. There we go. So definitely I need to work on my left side more than my right side. Stick in there, back support time. If you need, give your wrists a bit of a shake, bit of a loosen up. And if they're too sore, don't keep going on your wrists. Give them a rest and just build them up a few exercises at a time. Ready, back support. I'm going to have my fingers pointing out to the sides, but if that's not what you're doing, they're definitely pointing in towards you. They're never pointing behind you. In or out. Ready, go. We can all feel very grateful for back support now because we get to have two hands on the ground. Doesn't it feel a relief after the side supports with your feet raised? It definitely does for me. There we go. You've got your hand on the ground and you can just do side raises. So I'm going to do 20 each side. Go. 20 back creases. Really pull up each one. Don't do them so fast. You're not actually doing them properly. And as we're on pommel and we're really looking for those high swings, giving you all the time to do your scissors and so on, I'm going to do some hip opening exercises. So the first one I'm going to do is just sitting in my butterfly, feet together, holding them with my hands, bouncing my knees. And put a wee bit more effort into it. Not trying to give myself a strain. Just making sure all my hip joint is mobilised. Now I'm going to stop the bouncing and I'm trying to push my knees down as close as they get to the ground. So you can also open up your feet like a book, see if they go a wee bit further. Pushing the knees down. I'm going to stay here for several seconds and I'm not relaxed, I'm keeping working, I'm keeping pushing my knees. If you would rather use your elbows to give them a shove, you can. And keeping my knees pulled down, I'm going to lift up and forward. I'm going to hold on to my feet, pull myself a wee bit, but I'm trying to keep my chin up so my back stays nice and straight. I'm not trying to hunch down, I'm trying to pull my belly button towards my feet. Opening up lots of muscles in my hips. Now I'm going to sit in my straddle. And in my straddle, I'm going to put my hands on my hips and just do some circles. And circle the other way. And now I'm going to lift up and forward, working that Japana. Pressing the knees down, feet down, reaching forwards. Going to reach under my legs, pull my chest down a bit. Really brace your knees for this one. Bit of a wiggle and one more Japana, up and forwards. And up. We're also going to stand and straddle and reach either through or behind. Try to pull my chest as far forward towards that space as I can. Can also bend my knees, more like a squat really. Turning my toes out to help me squat down as low as I can. So I really want to be pulling my knees out. My hips are quite stiff. If you can get your knees out further, that would help. And up to straddle again. So my feet are more like in first position, my toes are pointing out slightly. Not all the way out, just slightly. And a squat again. course you need to get all the way around in all these double leg circles. So something we haven't done that we're going to do are dorsal leg raises. So just like the dorsal fin in a dolphin is on its back, dorsal leg raises are lifting up from the back of your leg. So you're lying on your front and you're going to do 20 leg raises. Found myself 2 big books for this one, so you might have that, or a step would be fine, or a yoga block if anybody in your house uses yoga blocks. Ready in my front support with my fingers at the edge. I'm going to step up and step down again. Step up and step down again. Have a think how many times you could do that. A few times.
Please invite if you're in the world.
You can also try
No, I am not.
stepping down to each side in front support.
Melly just texted me and said she'll be on in about 20 minutes.
Now I've found a space where I can have my hands on a wall for a wee bit extra balance. I've put leg weights on for my leg kicks, and you don't need to wear leg weights, that's optional. You can choose to do that or not. So I'm going to do 10 each leg. I think that's enough to show you, but at home, if you can, you're probably better off with sets of 20 or so. So I'm just going to lift my leg in front and bring it down again. I'm going to do that 10 times. And sticking with the same leg, I'm going to go to the side and in again. Make sure it's right in, no lazy not right ins. Just a light resting on the wall. If you're needing to totally rest on the wall, maybe it's not lost count, but I'm going to do the same again, back for 10 and right again. And then I better go and get the door. I'll do the other leg after that. Same again on the other leg. Oh, my wall's not in the right place. So 10 in front. To the side. And 10 behind. Going to take my weights off now to do leg swings. Leg swings, no weights. So it's the same thing again, but a bit more dynamic. So don't do this if you feel your legs are a bit sore or you haven't done the warm-up before the video, which you should have. So I'm going to just brush it. So I'm just putting a bit more swing. 2, I'm going to do 10 again. Point the toe and right in again. And because I'm swinging, I'm going to let my foot cross over a bit at the front, get a bit more swing out to the side. But I'm not going to kick the wall. So be careful of that. Ready, 10 out to the side. And same again, 10 behind. So I'm pointing my foot as it goes back, flexing it so it brushes the ground. And same again, the other side, the other leg. I'm on the corner of a wall, so I'm quite confident doing same arm, same leg. But if you're right up the side of a wall, you're probably better off turning round. There you are, and I hope you can all feel a bit more ready for pommel.